Hey guys, I'm Chris Silvernale with my wife Rebecca. We're coming to you from Vitality Vault. We offer health and wellness solutions for a variety of different things, if you will. And today we are going to come to you with solutions, tips, and tricks to survive the holidays with your eating habits. Basically, how do we get through maintaining or improving our wellness this time of year? So, Rebecca, you do a lot of nutrition coaching with your clientele, and I know you've been talking with them even this week about how do we survive Thanksgiving coming up. What are some of the things that you're sharing to your clients that they can use, practical things?
Absolutely. So I think the biggest thing is everybody's like, well, next week is Thanksgiving, so the whole week is like off. Right, like I can eat whatever I want all week.
Yeah, take the week off.
Yeah, and like my biggest thing is like Thanksgiving is one day, and not even one day. It's like one meal of the day, right? And so like if you think about like the whole week, right? Like you're supposed to eat 5 to 6 times a day, all 7 days, right? So you're supposed to eat like 42 times or something, right?
Yeah.
All week. Thanksgiving is one of those times.
Okay.
And so like that's my biggest coaching to people is like you can't take the one meal or the one gathering and let it destroy your entire week.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Interesting.
And so like, even
yes.
if you ate on point for all your other 41 meals of the week and you ate whatever you wanted for the one meal, you're still doing pretty good.
That's right.
In the grand scheme of things, right? And so I think that's my biggest thing is going into the holidays. Like, it's not like don't enjoy your holidays, right? Like, enjoy your holidays, spend time with family, but you don't need to gorge yourself full of sugar.
So maybe gorge yourself for your one Thanksgiving meal, whatever the family tradition is. But then your seconds and thirds, maybe that's your afternoon snack or that's your evening snack instead of 3 plates all at once.
Right. Yeah, and I think there's this misnomer, right, of like the holidays, like it's normally buffet style wherever people go, and people take their plate and they mound it like, as
right.
full of all this food because it's so good and they never get it right, and so like it's a lot of like eat what you want to eat, but like keep it in reason. Like you don't need to like mound your plate full, but like have a little bit of whatever it is, right? Like cranberry sauce, for instance, it's cranberries, which are healthy for you, but it's also sugar. It's cranberries and sugar make cranberry sauce, right? Like you don't need half your plate full of cranberry sauce, but like have a little bit to like get your taste and then move on. And so like, and make sure that you fill your plate with the good stuff, right? Like make sure you get enough turkey to fill your protein needs, right? Like make sure you get like enough of a quality carb, like to get you to where you need to be, and then fill in with littler amounts of the stuff that isn't maybe as good or
of like a standard Thanksgiving meal. What might be like a quality carb that would be on a typical buffet, if you will?
Yeah. So turkey, obviously, I think is like the protein for Thanksgiving. And that's typically fine. Like some people deep fry them. Maybe not the greatest option. But for the most part, like most people roast their turkey or whatever, and it's fairly healthy. I would stick with white meat instead of the dark meat, but at the end of the day, it's one meal.
Yeah. Right.
And in terms of carbs, though, like I think carbs are tough because the general population wants to add fat to all of their carbs, and so like I use like I think of mashed potatoes.
Right.
Like
simple, right?
A simple dish, right? But most people, they put milk in it, which is fine, but then they also put like an entire stick of butter in their mashed potatoes. And that stick of butter is the unnecessary part, right? So to the extent you can opt to bring the carb to the dinner. Like, and you can make your mashed potatoes with just milk and leave out the butter. And then if people want to add butter on their own, they can.
Right. So you almost bring your healthy option,
bring
right?
your healthy carb, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know, there's other options too, like sweet potatoes are super healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's
not
how
the way we make
how
them at our house.
It's how people make them, right? Like kids in particular
Yeah.
love those like candied yams.
Yeah,
that,
with
you
the
know,
with the marshmallows on top.
with the marshmallows on top and the like sugar sauce. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean those are heavy in sugar, but like I know like I've made them in the past, and I imagine other people make them too. Like they mash like sweet potatoes, and you can add like cinnamon and nuts to the top of it. And like that by itself is a pretty healthy carb.
Nice.
And then yeah, it's also tough because like you want vegetables, and like I know like in the past, like I've been to Thanksgiving dinners where like there hasn't been a plain vegetable, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like people make green bean casserole or whatever where they just add like sauce and all this other stuff to it. So like I typically when I make it, I just make plain green beans as my vegetable for Thanksgiving. But I mean, what are some of your favorite Thanksgiving dishes?
I mean, my Thanksgiving dishes aren't all that clean, if you will. I like the fat consumption, but understanding that it's just the one meal. I eat the one meal, and then I might have it as leftovers in a portion, like portioned off. But the one meal, yeah, Thanksgiving meal, I'm not going to track my food. I'm just going to eat what looks good and enjoy that. As you're talking with clients and such, have you found any other tricks or actually rewinding to Halloween? We just had Halloween, and one of the clients made comment about candy consumption.
Okay.
They hadn't been eating candy, like your processed candy, for a time, and then share the story that she had this week when she was in. Remember, there was a client that could say no to candy, but then she ended up having one piece.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then she's like, "Well, this is good, but it's not what I remember it." But then of course she had one, and then she's like, "I think I'll have a second one." And the second one was also not as tasty as remembered. But what's crazy is then she went and had a third piece of candy, knowing that it wasn't as good as it should be. So I actually didn't meet with this client. It was like a story back and forth. But what did you guys decide on that? How did that go?
Yeah, it's like when you have a like processed candy, and I think candy in general also like over the years, like the recipe has changed, and like all the mainstream candy, and it's like almost like waxy or like super processed. Like it's almost like they add something into it that like has like an addictive quality that makes your brain just like want more of it. And yeah, and it's just weird. Like you don't even think it's good, but you have one piece and your brain tells you need another piece. Yeah, even people that have literally changed their eating and have eaten clean, whole, single ingredient foods for a year, like as soon as they have like one or two pieces of that processed stuff, it
messes with your brain.
Yeah.
It messes with your brain. It's kind of like the Pringles slogan of like, "Bet you can't eat just one," or was that Lay's? I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, the chips. So we have Thanksgiving next week, and then we go into the Christmas season, where there's work parties, there's an increased level of social gatherings, alcohol consumption sometimes changes.
Yep.
Are there ways that you would suggest navigating the next month on the social gathering side of things? How do people participate, but still without kind of going off the deep end, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I think the problem with Christmas parties is like they're typically like grazing type parties, right? Where they just have like a table full of goodies to eat, if you will.
Yeah.
And so like, and it's very hard for like us as humans to like not just like walk by the table and like, oh, I'll just have one of those.
Yeah.
And so really like my suggestion to my clients is like make sure you're eating your meals like on point. And if you're supposed to have a meal or a snack or whatever while you're at the party, have it before you go. And
Yeah.
eat your healthy option on the way there or before you leave to get there. And that way your stomach isn't starving while you're there, because that's going to lead to poor decisions. And so if we can eliminate that, like I'm super hungry and like feeling while you're there,
Super hungry and nothing good
and nothing
available.
good available, right? Like it helps like curb that a little bit.
Yeah.
So like that's my number one thing is like don't show up to these parties like starving. And even if you're supposed to eat at them, like eat something healthy before you go, and like you're likely to eat less when you're there.
Yeah.
Like that's I think one of the bigger pieces. And then I think the other piece with Christmas parties is they tend to be paired with alcoholic drinks.
Right.
And while yes, like no one should drink alcohol, what blah blah blah, right? But like most like if you're gonna get a mixed drink out in public somewhere, like at a party, at a bar, those sorts of things, for the most part, like 9 out of 10 of them are so packed full of sugar. You know, and so like to the extent we can choose a low sugar drink option.
Right. So really picking the mixer that's lower in sugar than the alcohol itself, right?
Yeah. Like what's one of your favorite?
I mean, my favorite is a rum and Coke, but just having like a mule, like with a ginger beer that has a low sugar content. So if you're going to a party, bringing the ginger beer that is already
Sugar-free.
like sugar free. If you're getting it out at a bar, there's probably sugar in that. But your alcohol and drinks with just a very low sugar or no sugar mixer. Wine surprisingly has a high content of sugar.
Yeah.
Like that was shocking to me to learn. Like, yes, there's alcohol, but the sugar content is crazy, even on your red wines.
Yeah.
Like the drier wine is going to be a little bit better, but it's still really high.
Yeah, and I think also a lot of like you drink a lot of these sugary drinks, and then people feel that like hungover feeling the next day, and typically it's not like unless you just got like hammered, like
Right.
that hangover feeling is not really from the alcohol; it's from the pure amount of sugar you had, like in those drinks, like with the alcohol combined that give you that like I don't feel good sensation, and so like a lot of times like I like to turn it back on my clients, right? When I talk to them about these things, like, well, how are you going to feel tomorrow if you drink X, Y, or Z tonight? You know, and a lot of times if I can get them to clean up their food or their drinks for like a couple of weeks, I can get them to a point where they're like, oh yeah, I didn't have that. And I felt amazing. Like I had energy
Right.
throughout the day. I like woke up fresh. I didn't have my afternoon slump. And then you can kind of use that as they like, well, you can have that, but remember how you feel when you have that? Like you're going to hit that afternoon slump or you're going to feel not so great the next morning. Like most people will choose to avoid those things like once they know
Yeah.
how it makes them feel.
So it's really once somebody is eating, we'll use the word clean or following a nutrition program, and the nutrition's already on point, having a one-off meal isn't going to be like the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
But then also, we usually don't crave it as much, right? It's not like you go to these parties and you're like, man, I just need to gorge myself.
Yeah.
You go, you enjoy the food, and then you move on, right?
Right. When people want to use this as an excuse, like it's the holidays, there's too many parties, like I can't stay on track. At the end of the day, you make the choice as to what goes in your mouth. Like, I didn't make you eat the cookie, like you chose to eat the cookie, right? And so, like, it's really a, like, can your mind, like, work together with your stomach?
Yeah.
and can you, like, actually, like, convince yourself that consuming the healthy options are better? And really, what I find a lot of times is like it's just an excuse for people.
Yeah.
Like people are like, well, there wasn't a healthy option. And like, if you walk through what's on a buffet table with most clients and you walk through in detail, like what's there, like there actually typically is a healthy option, like a carrot or a
Yeah. So I guess without going into
celery.
exact details, what are, yeah, there are the single ingredient foods is what it sounds like you're looking at.
Yeah.
Right? You
Yeah.
describe it as a food item that has comes out of the ground, grows out of the ground. It grows on a tree or a plant, or it has a mother, right?
Yeah.
I think those are your three
Yeah.
talking points, right?
Yeah.
And so it makes it very easy to look at a food and say, oh, that grows on a plant, it grows in the ground, or it had a mother. It's probably okay. But if you look at a food item and you say, I don't know, it's a mixture of stuff. It probably isn't as healthy, right?
Yeah. 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 And again, it's that just mentality of like, maybe you love those cookies. Like, have one.
Mhm.
Don't eat the whole plate.
You don't need to grab a stack of them.
No. You know, like get your flavor, whatever, and like get your fix. But like, I think what I find for most people, including myself, is that once you clean up your food, you don't actually crave those things. Like, I know like my family has made Christmas cookies for my whole life, right? Like we make like, I don't know, 15 kinds of cookies or something. You know, and they were always my go-to. And like now, like I'll have one when I go home and like, I don't actually like one anymore. Like, for the most part, like I just would prefer the clean whole foods to the baked goods.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Are there any other tricks that you've been preaching to your clients that we can relay here?
I think the big one to remember throughout the holidays is like hydration, right? Like getting your water in. Like if you can get all of your water intake in for the day, like it's going to keep you from snacking on things you don't want. It's going to keep you with that full sensation, and it's going to keep all your cells hydrated, which is ultimately going to like just...
Yeah. How does somebody know how much water they should drink? Like you say you get all your water, but like what's that?
Yeah. Yeah. So I like to go on like the half ounce of water per pound of body weight kind of.
Okay. So just take your body weight in pounds and like divide by 2.
Divide by 2. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, like a 200-pound person, 100 ounces of water.
Yeah.
That's actually more water than you'd expect. Like a lot of people think they drink water, right? But once you actually track it, like 100 ounces is a decent amount.
Yeah, and I think most people come in with this like, I drink a lot of water, right? And I think this happened to like you and I when we first started tracking as well. But like you're like, okay, well, like I hear you, like that you think you drink a lot of water. Like let's track it and see where we're actually at.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say a good majority of people like come back and say like, okay, I don't actually drink enough water in the day.
Right.
You know, and like we have to increase that. And so I think like that's really probably the number one biggest thing is to just like make sure you're drinking enough water and electrolytes if you need them, right?
Do you count water as just like pure, like from the faucet or whatever, drinking water, or is it like do beverages that don't have calories count as water? Like how detailed are you on what counts as water?
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, plain water is probably the best thing to drink at the end of the day, but really anything that doesn't have like extra calories or extra stuff in it, you know?
Yeah, chemicals.
So like coffee, for instance, like plain black coffee, like I think would technically count towards your like water intake. But as soon as you add creamer and sugar and whatever else to your coffee, it's no longer hydrating you.
Right.
And so like I think this is where you fudge the numbers.
And
sometimes.
for these, I totally do. I drink black coffee, like 40, 50 ounces of black coffee in the morning. That just like gets me to my baseline. Yes, it has caffeine, but there's no cream or sugar or anything. It's just like straight black. I like it that way. It actually makes me not feel bogged down. But I know like it's a struggle to drink my water intake in just straight clear water. But if it's like a zero calorie soda, like I like Zevia's, that plus the coffee, plus a few cups of water, glasses of water throughout the day, and I'm good to go. But yeah, it's shocking. If somebody just like sips on water all day, they're not going to make it.
Yeah. Yeah, because people don't like generally drink enough water sipping on it all day
No.
to get anywhere close. Why don't you say more about, so like you used to drink your coffee with creamer and all fixed up in the morning,
Yeah.
and you made the shift to just drinking black coffee. And a lot of my clients struggle with this. And
Yeah.
I've got some that like just absolutely refuse to get rid of their creamer in their coffee. So like say more about how you went through that process.
Interesting. Yeah. So a large portion of my life, I would drink cheap coffee with powdered creamer and stevia. And that was my go-to, and I enjoyed it. And along the way, gosh, probably when we started our nutrition side of things, seeing that I was trying to clean my nutrition up, I was like, okay, if we eliminate the creamer and the stevia, I just drink it black. The cheap coffee just didn't quite cut it for me anymore. So Rebecca went and got some fancy coffee, right? It's just like French vanilla flavored coffee. And I personally just drink a light roast because I'm not drinking it for the coffee flavor per se. It's more just a habit at this point. And I actually enjoy the flavors. Got a little bit of flavor to it, but there's no additional calories added. Just drink it black. Now, over the holidays, we usually have heavy whipping cream in the house. And I will indulge in a little bit of heavy whipping cream in the coffee. And I'll say that probably by week 2, like 10 days in, I actually feel bogged down and heavy from that extra creamer, like without changing a whole lot else in the nutrition side of things. So I personally make that choice of like, I am going to enjoy the heavy cream in my coffee. It's good for a day, maybe 2. If I stretch it to a week, I start to feel heavy and the scale start to say something about it. But just on like a daily beverage consumption, like black is good.
How long did it take you to switch from like enjoying your coffee with creamer in it to like actually enjoying it black?
Oh man, I don't know the answer to that. I think I just made the switch just one day, just stopped one, started the next. At this point, I wouldn't really want it with powdered cream. Like I just drink it black, and it works good. So for those that need the caffeine intake, understanding, I'll backtrack actually. So there was a period of time where we were at a medical facility, living there for a few months, and they would have really cheap coffee with this liquid creamer. I don't know the brand, but all those liquid creamers that have flavor in them, I think they put something in those flavors, because by the afternoon, I would be wanting to go drink a cup of coffee just for the flavor of the cream. Like it wasn't that I wanted the coffee. So yeah, I guess my suggestion would just be cut the liquid creamer out, go to like a 2% milk or something for a short bit, and then see if you can cut the milk out and just go straight black. If you're trying to cut calories out of your coffee. If it doesn't matter to you, then don't worry about it. But
yeah, well, years ago, I used to go to Starbucks in the morning, right, and get like peppermint mochas around Christmas time. Talk about a sugar bomb. But anyway, but I've gotten away from those, and I switched basically to straight espresso.
Yeah, quad shot.
A number of years ago, quad shots, right? And I remember it taking like, it took me like a solid 2 weeks of like, I'm just going to get the espresso, and I like almost just like
take a shot of
it. like stomached it down for 2 weeks or whatever. And now like I actually enjoy the quad shot espresso plain.
Yeah.
Nothing else in it. Like that's my go-to. I want to say it was like a year ago or so. Like I had a sip of like a peppermint mocha, and it about knocked me on my butt.
Yeah. I would be curious how much sugar is in a peppermint mocha. Like just a regular Starbucks tall peppermint mocha. It's probably a lot.
It's got to be like 50 grams or something. I don't know.
Yeah, 50 grams of sugar
Gotta
is
be
a
like
lot.
equivalent to like a regular soda or something.
Exactly. Well, how much sugar do you like when we're coaching, nutrition coaching? How much sugar is like your recommended amount for somebody, or like what's a lot, what's a little? Like, how does somebody know anything about sugar?
Yeah. Yeah, I generally like to coach people to be like of their total carbohydrate consumption in a day, to have that be like 20% or less of that total amount should be sugar.
Yeah.
Right? Like you read a nutrition label and you have like carbohydrates and dietary fiber and like sugar. Right? Like that number should be like 20% or less of your total carbohydrate intake. So like for a lot of people, that's like 25 to 35 grams of sugar a day.
Yeah, so that
which
which
is by itself like less than like a Coca-Cola.
Yeah, that one coffee or the Coke, Coke has more sugar than your whole day allotment, right?
Yeah, and so like if you can make like one-off decisions to like not have the full soda or not have the peppermint mocha and change it to a sugar-free option, right? Like you're helping yourself more than you think.
Yeah, simple changes.
Simple
like
changes.
Keep the same habits, but make small tweaks.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing for the holidays is like don't beat yourself up. Like we're all human.
Mm-hmm.
We all like have different things on our mind. We all have different activities through the day, that sort of thing. But like to the extent like pay attention to the actual decision right in front of you. You know, like you go to Starbucks. Could I have the espresso or could I have the peppermint mocha? Like you make the right decision in that moment. You know, like those right decisions will add up throughout the day. And like at the end of the holiday season, you'll like be in a better place if you can take it like one decision at a time.
Yeah. So just kind of like recapping, that I hit everything. So, you know, Thanksgiving, it's one meal, right? Maybe snack a little bit outside of that, but enjoy the one meal and then be on point. Watch the fat intake. There are certain foods at Thanksgiving that have a higher fat option, meaning like the stick of butter or the cookies. And so if you can bring the mashed potatoes without the stick of butter, and then just switching some of the sugar options to a lower sugar, lower calorie option, or like your 1, 2, 3 steps to get through this part of the year. So you don't have to be perfect; just do the best you can.
Yeah.
Right. That's kind of the summary of this.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Would you like to share kind of how people can get in touch with us, or maybe what they can do to get more information going forward?
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, if you go to nocofitness.com, you can sign up for a free consultation with Chris or myself. We can talk through nutrition and what your goals are and see if maybe our plan is aligned with kind of where you want to be. And we can definitely get started and help you with that journey. Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Make sure you follow us, like us, subscribe, do all the things, and we'll bring you more value coming forward. Thanks.